Wash my pussy for me.
Hello,
Anthony. That's my
What up?
That's my meme for the day. That's part of a script of a gay porno. If you don't watch Game Grumps, you won't know what that is.
We discovered it through Game Grumps,
Yeah,
definitely.
Not because me and Mike had a night alone.
Sam shared his gay porno script with me. He's like, come see this good script from Game Grumps. Game Grumps.
Not the script, mate.
Oh.
The video. The whole thing. All 2 hours of it.
Oh.
It was good.
Yeah.
Julian, you should have been there.
Yeah, you missed out.
Yeah.
It went very quickly, those 2 hours, I'll say that
You
much.
probably could have fit in. We didn't run out of Vaseline. We had loads to spare.
Yeah. You're lost for words.
I guess thanks for the offer. Isn't like a muster, but yeah, okay.
It's analogous to doing this podcast. You're invited, but it might
That's
be
a big word.
Might be a bit of a bumpy ride.
Yeah, bit of a bumpy ride.
This boy just used a big word. Analogous.
Anal goose. And now I've ruined it.
Lovely. Cheers, fun, Mike.
Mate, you've won up Shakespearean tragedy.
Mate, no, I heard someone say that actually. It's totally a phrase that people use. Like, I didn't just make that shit up.
Yeah, I know you didn't make it up.
It's just a
It's
phrase
just the
I
fact you
used.
used it.
Whatever. Anyway, let's not get into that.
Let's not. harp
Let's
on
get
old
into
memes.
what we've been listening to this week. Sam?
Sam is first.
Yay! I feel loved.
Alright, that's enough.
Well,
Go for it.
yeah. So I was listening to the "Yay, I Felt Loved" or "I Feel Loved" album. No, basically
By that band Loveless.
This.
Hey.
Whoa! Whoa!
Shout out to last episode.
Yeah, check out last episode, guys.
Plug.
Smash that motherfucking like button. Anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, halfway through this week, my phone smashed, which is why I probably won't be appearing on one half of this podcast.
Yeah.
But I tried to listen to as much music as I could over the week. Listen to Untitled Unmastered by Kendrick Lamar mostly.
King Kendrick.
Because I'd listened to it before, but I hadn't realised how fucking good it is.
Yeah.
So I just got addicted to that, and then I was like doing analysis this morning, feeling like depressed, ready to kill myself. So I had to stick on some Caro Benito weeb shit, just so I didn't flipping throw myself out my window.
There's a trampoline waiting for you.
It's so easy.
Lyrics do make you want to jump and kill yourself though. So
Like,
Luckily, by
jump.
Luckily, by that time, I'd solved at least one of the questions, so I was all good.
Yeah. The urge wasn't there to jump.
I mean,
It's always.
I'd already
but it's suppressed.
Yeah, suppressed, and plus the cutting myself helped.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Along the way.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's maths, so that's a given. Struggle through that shit all the time. Julian,
What have you been listening to?
what have you been listening to this week?
It's been an interesting week for me, let
Has
me
it
tell
been
you.
very avant-garde? I think it has.
As Sam
think
is
we'll find
rightly
out.
alluding to, this mostly Swedish
Swedish chef.
this mostly Swedish group, although there's one guy who's from Norway, called Angles 9,
Called
who released an album this year
Yeah, go on.
called Disappeared Behind the Sun. Some avant-garde jazz, Sam. Some free jazz, some
We had a quick
experimental jazz.
play.
Yeah, we had to listen to maybe the first 3 minutes and then switch back to a Kendrick Lamar
Yep.
I don't blame
for
you,
dinner.
but I mean it's fantastic. I
It
really
got to a
enjoyed it.
bit where it was getting fun.
Yeah.
Like
the
the
start
start-
really put me on.
No,
Just
that's
like,
the
what
thing.
fuck?
There's a lot of really dense, just free-form saxophone that you have to.
So it's the
But
combination
push
of the title, this is going to be avant-garde jazz, and then the first few seconds
Just
where it
like-
sounds some
You're just
some
like-
stuff off Trout Mask replica.
yeah.
It was just
It's like if anyone those first few seconds, I was just like, oh god.
There's a
People
song.
say they like
There's a
this,
song.
they're
There's a
just
song
being
here which is
pretentious,
easier
but-
to digest, which I might play
Yeah.
later because
fair.
it gets to the funky stuff earlier.
But I will admit, it did improve.
Yeah,
It did get slightly
definitely gets better.
funkier, though.
Yep, there was more
Yeah.
content now. I think.
I am hoping though later on it gets more like jazzy instead of it seemed to be sticking to one
Improvisational.
riff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, when it
good,
stuck with something.
but like good improvisation,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like just some guy wailing on a saxophone.
Yeah.
There's some of that too. Plenty of that.
Yay.
Lucky
As
us.
long as it's like good wailing on a saxophone, like sexy sax.
Yeah. Epic sax, man.
Yeah.
He does a hell of a whale.
So,
Or Mr. Funk, which
Mr. Funk.
search up that YouTube video. After it's the
Yep.
sequel to Cool Guy. What is it? It's like
Cool guy.
Cool Guy's Day Out or something like
Yeah.
that.
There are some
Cheers.
good videos.
Cheers to the playlist important videos,
yeah.
which we
It just keeps
wasted-
popping up for my related
we
videos, like, no
wasted
matter what I'm
entire
watching.
I would
afternoon on
watch
that.
that playlist.
It's good.
I have
you have
done
to
it
do
the whole way
once in your
through.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was quite the
we
experience.
wasted an afternoon on that.
Yep. Fun times.
It's just all the good memes.
Yep. Top me.
See, this is why I interrupt you all the time, because you do exactly the same fucking thing to me. So there's that, the mollusk, Ween,
I've been listening to
Yeah,
so
same.
much of the Mollusk.
a lot.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's such
Even
a
if I
solid
still think
album.
Ocean Man is still my favourite song on it.
Yeah, of course.
It's still a
I think
terrific
Music
album
Lips is
overall.
my favourite one.
Yeah, Lady Lips.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
can't do it.
That, and I have to give a mention
He has to.
to Fortet,
Ooh.
the album Rounds, which I started listening to 2 days
That's
ago.
fair. Yeah, yeah.
I have never started listening to an album and ordered a CD copy on the same day before.
Whoa!
And there's one song in particular on it called Unspoken, which is one of the most gorgeous songs I've ever heard
Yeah,
in my entire life.
I think I've heard that one's good.
It's,
I might have
it's,
even heard
it's,
it.
if,
yeah.
if it, even though it's kind of like, you know, weird experiments, electronic IDM kind of thing, it feels like a post-rock song in the way it's structured and the way it builds
really?
up and the way it climaxes.
Okay.
And the textures that when it is mind-meltingly good.
Yes.
It's so good.
Yeah, Fortet is excellent. I really like Fortet.
I'm definitely
I've
going to listen
listened
to
to
more of
quite
his
a few of
stuff.
his other albums. I don't think I've listened to Rounds though, so I should get on
I
that.
just heard it's his best. So
Yeah, that's what you went for.
there you go. So yeah, that Burial album. Love it.
Whoa.
Anything to add, Mike?
I've just listened to so much Ween this week. Literally just so much. I listened to so much of the Mollusk because it's just so excellent. I love it. It's just how you do comedy and music.
Fun.
Dance,
and-
Jimmy.
Exactly. And I listened to their first album. Exactly.
Love it.
I'm doing it. and then their first album, shout out to the first one, called God Ween Satan. And it's just...
Why is God
30
Save
odd
the
tracks.
Ween? That needs to exist, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
It's just like parodies. of
It's just
different-
parodies. They're like a
it's so
minute and a
funny.
half to 2 minutes at most. It's just like one genre parody, like or song type parody. The next one, the next one, the next one.
Kind of like Pink Season.
Yeah, it's like Pink Season.
Yeah.
It's like, but they're actually gifted at like imitating the genres and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is the 90s. It came out in
Excuse me.
1990.
Oh.
What are you chatting about Pink Season?
I know. There's some parts of Pink Season that are very
Club
good.
Banger 2000 is great.
But
Honestly, it
And
is.
Yeah,
High
yeah,
School
no.
Blink.
Yeah, no, that one is fantastic. That's like an equivalent of this.
Yeah.
Give me all your change, kid.
It's just I have to say this is
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously.
you know, it's better.
yeah.
I mean, you know,
And there's
it's-
some parts of it that are just so great. There's parts of it where they just like start doing voices. You could tell they were like
having a
just
great
recording and they were just having a great time and they like put a voice on and they like both find it like so hysterical. They just like kept going with it.
time. What's the one about like licking pussy?
Yeah, there's a song called
Which one?
L.M.L.P and it's let me lick your pussy and they just do that. That's an 8-minute song. It's got like a cheeky sexy
it's
bass
like-
in it
yeah,
and
it's
it's
like
just
a-
like the let me lick your pussy for like
It's
so
like-
long.
Yeah, it's like a raunchy jazz number.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Just singing "Let Me Lick Your Pussy."
Yeah, and
It's so good.
yeah, the one Nicole I was talking about earlier, where he does the weird voice because it's like this person's like one of them's like trying to call this girl Nicole because they really like her, and it's like the whole story develops through the song, and then right at the end, the other one comes in like, why aren't you calling back, Nicole? My friend, he's been calling you all the time, Nicole. You don't reply any single time, Nicole, and then like they just both start laughing like until the track ends. It's like insane, but like the whole album is great.
It sounds like I need to get on that album.
Yeah, and it's like really heavy as well, like really like noisy, like from the start.
Okay.
And then it just sort of becomes, you know, a bit more stuck into genres that are really funny. But yeah, it's good. Just Ween. Listen to Ween. God save the Ween. I'm done. That's all I listen to.
Okay.
Okay.
That.
But you have been listening to this thing we're going to talk about, right?
I was going to say...
Bloody hell, he's been listening to it every morning in the shower. I hear it. Not complaining because it's good music.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know,
So, I was going to say, the
there's
reason
a
I've
lot of
only listened
singing
to...
going along as well.
Yeah, oh, I do sing.
I love singing along to this album.
It's so
Great.
fun. Yeah. But yeah, so the reason I've only listened to one artist this whole week is because, oh boy, Viet Cong! Viet Cong by Viet Cong.
Wait.
Don't get triggered.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I
Did
didn't...
you just mention a bad thing in history?
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry.
allowed.
I'm sorry.
You're racist!
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Racist.
I didn't mean to.
You're literally Hitler.
Xenophobe.
Oh god.
They're Preoccupations
But then
now. They're
Huffington-
Preoccupations.
Preoccupations.
like to
Huffington
that.
Post is gonna get us next. They got PewDiePie now. They're gonna get us.
Ooh, stop it, Wall Street
Literally
Journal.
Hitler.
Yeah, so we've actually covered a bit of the story of Preoccupations / Viet Cong on episode 2, I believe, was it?
Yeah, we did Preoccupations' latest album
Yes.
from last year.
So when that came out
after-
last year,
was that-
we covered it.
That was
was before, I
we
think.
went to them.
That was before we went to the gig.
Yeah,
Can we
so,
talk about
oh my
the-
god.
Holy shit.
Should we talk about?
Yes,
did we
definitely.
Talk about the gig?
I think we briefly mentioned
We
it.
briefly mentioned it, but it deserves bringing back up because it's probably the best gig I've ever
Best
gone
gig
to.
I've ever been to.
Yeah, we went to Bristol.
It's up there.
Preoccupations were playing in Bristol. It was like the back
Really
end of a
small
bar.
venue.
It was a really small venue.
It was tiny.
Cozy,
Yeah, you could say cozy,
wasn't too hot and sweaty,
except towards the end when
when every single one of them basically took their shirts off while they were
and they were
performing.
like just drowning and just sweat.
Especially Dan Christensen, the guitarist on the side, who was like,
Dying.
Yeah, he was literally dead.
But like the small scale of it added to the vibe so much, just because like
Yeah,
Viet Cong's like music is very. It's not. I wouldn't say lo-fi, but it's sort of that
punky,
yeah.
funky.
Well, it's the music is post-punk, but
yeah.
garagey in a way.
Garage.
Garagey,
That's what.
yeah.
It's
Garage.
It's
Oh my
garagey,
gosh.
and this sort of the venue almost felt like
it felt
you know in
basement.
like yeah. You know, in like the end of some like punk music videos, they have a rock concert in their
Yes.
garage.
Yeah.
It's like that's what it felt like. I
Yeah.
felt like I was in the end of a
But not cliche, anyway.
yeah,
Because
but
the
like
music
you know,
was...
it wasn't Blink
Oh, it
182,
was so
I
good.
wasn't like, trying to kill myself.
yeah.
But yeah, oh, it was like I haven't seen any artists like put so much passion into their
I know.
music before.
The drumming of
Like-
Mike Wallace the whole way
To
through.
be fair, you
just
didn't
had
see
me-
Death Grips
Oh,
I
fair.
mean,
with me,
yeah,
so
yeah, that might
Yeah.
top the drumming maybe, but we'll see.
dude was
projectile spit.
Dude was literally like, John was literally bleeding at the end of the Death Grips gig. Absolute mental case, but
Well, the drummer for Preoccupations
Preoccupations.
is no slouch.
Oh, I know. I was so
He was-
impressed.
We've
He set,
definitely
like,
mentioned
such
him
a
before.
fast pace.
We've
yeah, Mike
definitely
Wallace.
mentioned him before.
Set such a fast pace to start with, and I was just like, by the end, when we got to the very last one, they played
Death,
Death.
when they dragged it out for
When they
a long
dragged it out.
time.
My like jaw was just like dropped open.
Yeah.
It was like so good.
he was he just kept going.
It was.
like,
I know.
literally.
And they're all in time with each other.
Yeah.
It's like he was like being the
Keeping-
metronome, really.
Yeah.
And it was
Oh, they're just. I
That's the
just.
thing. It felt
Hypey.
pure.
It did feel pure. In a weird way.
Good. It was just like
Yeah.
they were almost dead, but they were still playing their music. It
Yeah.
was just like smashing that cymbal,
Yeah.
trying to stay alive.
Smash that motherfucking cymbal.
Smash that motherfucking symbol. Yeah.
Follow Julia's my fucking symbol.
So yeah.
Hey!
Hey. Jeez.
Shout out to that. We're not going to join Simulation. We don't want to make flipping Facebook posts every 2 minutes.
I've stopped doing it now because
Yeah, we know. Thank
We
God.
know.
the app like doesn't work for sharing Facebook anyway.
Thank
There are
God.
bugs.
Oh yes.
Many bugs.
They're not bugs. They're features.
They're stopping
For
you
the sake
from
of
what you
everyone
became.
else. Yeah.
I'll just do it on Twitter from now on. You're not on Twitter. It's fine.
Indeed. Yeah, no one cares about Twitter. Anyway,
Whoa.
blanket statement.
Twitter's
What's
probably
about my
actually,
tweet today?
Yeah, actually,
Twitter's
again.
probably actually better than Facebook.
Yeah, it is. I'll
Just
admit.
haven't joined it yet.
Anyway, so
Yeah,
back
onto
to
the
Viet Cong.
album, Viet Cong. So Viet Cong are well, the band and this album are like one of the like most recent really great things that I've gotten into. Like I'd say Preoccupations / Viet Cong is like one of the bands alongside like things like Death Grips that I'm like so like excited exist now. And I feel like they're sort of I know it's a cliche thing to be like carrying the torch of rock and stuff, and I'm not saying they are, because these are more like post-punk, isn't it, than it is any sort of rock, but I feel like they do.
I feel like there's a bit of
There's a definite
progressive rock on this album on Death,
right, yeah,
with the long drawn out song structure and the big climax at the end.
and I think
I don't know if I'd call it.
It doesn't have it doesn't have like the fantasy lyrical element or anything like that.
But what I'm saying, I don't know.
It's more than just post-punk, I guess. It's more than just experimenting with a punk sound.
Yeah.
Goose.
It's just so
what it
I
is.
don't know, it's so addictive. Like we've rambled about it before, but genuinely this album had me like so hooked, like nothing else has.
It's digestible as hell.
Memory. Yeah.
It's less than 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
Packs a hell of a punch.
Pretty
much all the way
so
through.
many great riffs. The drumming is just like so fast paced and like filled with momentum. There's like so many good moments.
There's
it's,
not
sinister.
There's not many great like amazing rock bands out there at the moment.
That's what I feel.
I'm excited for. I mean, King Gizzard is one of them for me.
Yeah, but then again with King Giz, it'll be a few more elements.
I can't think of I mean, like. Maybe I'm excited for Muse's next thing, but
yeah,
Arctic Monkeys, you know,
that's the thing.
We'll see what happens.
So there are definite rock bands out there that are big and popular, like, but I feel like they end up aping something that's already been and gone around, which is what a lot of people say about rock, sort of.
Yeah.
Guitar music is dying or whatever.
Yeah,
guitar music has no future.
And it's cliche, but whatever. No one cares.
Wrong.
But I genuinely feel really excited for the things that Preoccupations.
I can't wait for them to change their name again and make another self-titled album.
Yeah, I really want a third debut album, self-titled album even.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they better do something new soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to this album, Viet Cong. So quick bit of context for this album, just really quickly. Two of the members, I think it was Mike Wallace and Gromit. They went to the moon in search of cheese for their crackers.
We forgot the crackers, Gromit.
I think it was also Matt Flegel.
That's it, Matt Flegel.
They were in a band called Women.
They were in a band called Women.
But then they realised they weren't women.
No,
one of the band members died.
I was going to say, the actual story is one of the band members died at the age of 26, I think.
Jeez.
Really early. And it was like a heart problem or something. And that like disbanded the band of Women.
It put them
after
off
2 albums.
It put them off their creative output for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then...
they reformed themselves as Viet Cong.
Yeah, basically.
And this is the album that came out of it.
It's not their first release. They released
there was an EP, wasn't there?
Which I still haven't listened to.
I haven't listened to either. I've heard the EP's more like a sort of loose recordings here and there. More like a
demo kind of thing.
Yeah, like a demo thing.
Okay, sure.
Whereas this is their like real like, you know.
This is still well. I don't want to say they have an MO yet because I don't think they've been around for long enough.
No.
But like they do very well to do better than this.
Oh,
in my opinion.
I was gonna say this feels like something that's really
it's gonna be difficult to top.
A classic for them, like a sort of real staple of what they are, and like I don't know whether they'll be able to top it. And the reason may be because it's got this dark twinge to it that's probably come from, you know, the recent death that we're alluding to. You know, the album ends in a song that's literally called Death, that is like, we've explained before, but like it's such a good song because it's just the utter like deconstruction of a song. Like you've carried through the whole album with so much momentum, and
then that just hits
a big 11-minute dirge,
and it just like
towards the end.
Exactly, yeah. When we saw it live, it was just like it was carried on for so long, and like the reason it just kept my jaw like dropped when we were watching it.
That's also the thing that I love about it as an end song. It's like the other ones have momentum, and even though they're sort of talking about, you know, dark topics, all of them, it's all based on you know, the Vietnamese Vietnam War. But like when you hit Death, it's like it starts off with the same sort of momentum. So if you sort of lose concentration, maybe you're doing something else, and you like it's sort of in the back of your head, but you're not really listening to it. And then like that bit where it just stops just hits you so hard and you just like jolt up.
Yes.
Every time. That bit is so good. It's so like
Yeah. We've alluded to it earlier,
outstanding.
actually. We mentioned it on the episode 2, I think, where we said the thing that we really loved about this band was their ability to
mess with your head.
mess with, like, the pacing and with your head in how that they bring in sudden riffs or, like, take them away. We mentioned that before, and that's something that they do very well.
Extremely well.
Extremely well.
Throughout the album.
That's the reason why I love the track before Death, Silhouettes, which I was thinking today, actually.
Are we doing this in reverse order?
Mate,
This is
well,
gonna be
whatever. We're
interesting.
doing whatever order. But, like, I think...
Yeah, worst
I
last,
feel like Death is the core of the album. As an 11-minute odd long...
It completely warrants being at the end.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like I fully deserve to
Yeah.
hear such a magnificent
And the
song
effect that-
after
Yeah.
the previous tracks.
And the effect the album does is like if you were in the Vietnam War, for example. And it's like all these old Vietnam War films where you go in and there's like utter chaos to begin with, and you just go further and further into this like deprived place.
I'll tell you why I don't think Newspaper Spoons is trash.
Okay.
The drums at the start sound
Yes.
like bombs going off in the distance.
I like the sound.
They are extremely effective.
I like the momentum that Newspaper Spoons had.
I agree.
Those drums are so good.
I was gonna say the sound is
It gets you in
perfect.
that sort of. I don't know. It puts you in that sort of mindset of like wartime, like as well as the drums sounding like bombs. It sort of sounds like, for me, it sounds like marching. It's got like a very sort of marching sort of pace. It's sort of. I can imagine myself like marching into Vietnam to that song.
And I can imagine the messages with Newspaper Spoons is all about the media coverage of such an event and, you know, all the propaganda and stuff. Speaking of marching, we'll jump ahead a couple. March of Progress very much feels like marching. That song is so excellent. This is one of the ones that like it just progresses so well,
it's such a
it's weird to me because I still think the song is definitely in 3 distinct sections.
Yeah,
where you have the drumming at the start and the kind of synth line which kind of drones on for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you get Matt Flegel starts singing, you get the diddle-din on the guitar, and then after that towards the end, which is amazing. You get them like Mike Wallace drumming out an incredible drum rhythm, and then him singing some of my favourite lyrics on the album.
And
like
the end guitars as well, and it just like, speeds up so quick.
The ending of this is so intense.
Like the song is so. I want to say the song's disjointed.
Yeah.
Because the change from section to section is so abrupt each time, but it doesn't feel disjointed.
No, but I think that's the thing.
It throws you around.
It's because they've made so many other songs which aren't disjointed. It allows them to make a song which is disjointed for the reason of it being disjointed. They're saying, if we wanted to, we could make it flow, but we don't want to make it flow, and we're still going to make it work because we're brilliant.
Oh, it works just so well. Like, there's something about how it all comes together. Though, like the last third is just so fast paced.
It's brilliant.
It's like pure like euphoria.
It feels like it feels like probably maybe aside from Silhouettes, kind of the most punky song on the album. And I guess it's deserved because, like you say, it ramps up. I almost feel like it speeds up.
Oh yeah, and the whole first third, well, it's slightly longer than the third, is a sort of really extended drum intro, sort of, and it puts you in the sort of trancey sort of state.
No, definitely.
And then it does this change of pace that just switches it up.
I just literally every time I hear it, I just start bouncing up and down in my chair. I'm
same.
Bounce.
Exactly. I'm happy I didn't have it on my. I didn't have my phone on the bus because if I was listening to that on the bus, I'd just like. I'd have to get up and just start like running up and down, just, like, getting so fucking hyper with this.
I was listening to it. I was ended up bouncing my legs loads. You probably noticed. It's really annoying.
I haven't noticed, to be honest.
Oh, fair, discreet.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just come back to this album so much because it's like just a perfect mix of things. Like it's got the punk rock sort of aesthetic. It's got like a sort of sinister level. Just that's
what I like about it. It's got like an edge.
It does,
and that's
it's not
the right kind of edge.
It's not edgy.
No, that's like when I say edge, I just mean like being a fan of indie rock, like listening to lots of indie rock. It's so
bog standard indie rock.
I agree.
Standard, just like clean, and
Yeah.
Like, I used to enjoy it.
75.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and like, it's so clean and just...
Overproduced. Doesn't take any risk.
like
That's the problem. It's not
I agree.
risky. It's too. It plays it too safe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, it's like over the summer when I was going back and listening to some Arctic Monkeys, and just like the difference between AM and like Favourite Worst Nightmare.
Yeah.
It's got that edge, and this has got that edge, and that's what I enjoy. It's like they're not worried about people liking them. They're just making their own music because they enjoy making music, and that's what I respect.
That's what.
And this is why
good music comes out of. Exactly.
This is why I weirdly alluded to the like torchbearer of rock thing. I think is because so many like bands are doing this really clean, well produced, radio friendly sort of
doing it for the money.
Pandering, yeah. And something like this just feels like such an utter antidote that when I listened to it, first of all, I can't remember how I heard about it, but it was a little while ago.
I probably told you.
Maybe, yeah. I feel like I told you though. I feel like it's the other way around. I don't know why.
We might have found it at the same time. I can't remember.
I remember you telling me to listen to it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
But like when I found it, it just felt like such an utter like antidote for these things,
really
and like
refreshing.
an actual like I can get on board with these guys. They're doing something that's really like new and like exciting. It's one of those things, and like this is the reason I have to come back to it so often. It's like something I didn't realize I was missing.
Yeah.
And then you're suddenly like, oh yeah, like of course, like more bands need to do these risky things and stuff like that. And there's lots of bands
I don't too many should.
No.
Yeah, but
we could use more Preoccupations.
I agree.
I think in the like vein of rock, I feel like rock is. I don't know. It almost feels like the genre which the majority of rock bands are lacking.
Yeah,
sort of.
I agree.
It's the one genre where I think there are some really good stuff, and I love rock. Like rock is probably one of my favorite.
It's probably the first thing
genres.
I went to. Yeah,
like, it's what I grew up on. So
probably
it's like
I agree.
Good rock. I love
Yeah.
I love this. I love King Gears. I can't think.
That's it.
I can't think of many
that's
others.
that's the
It's
thing.
2017. We got two good rock bands.
Gorillas, like
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
and it's just like
but it's always like
it's not much.
yeah, it's the electronic elements now. I mean, there's lots of. I'm sure
Electronic's still one of my favourite genres.
Oh yeah, but in terms of
so
like
much going for
the
it.
rock sound,
with rock,
Yeah.
there's not much.
There are not many classic hard rock kind of Led Zeppy kind of
Yeah.
bands around,
and
I
that's the
guess.
thing. I like. There are not many bands which have sort of share the sort of essence of rock and roll, which is not giving a goddamn
Exactly.
about the other. It's like that's why when I watched the Oasis documentary Supersonic, I like fell in love because it's just like these guys.
Noel Gallagher's a good lad.
Yeah, exactly. He's a prat, but he's like he's an absolute cunt, but he owns it, and that's what makes him brilliant. That is rock and roll. It's like he doesn't care. He does what he wants to do. These people don't care. They do what they want to do.
Indeed.
And the people who appreciate it will come.
Exactly. And we.
Oh yes,
we
they
hella
will.
appreciate it.
Blimey, I come everywhere. especially when death comes on.
Yeah, I know that.
Can we
So.
please? Like, that was a really good tangent, actually. Nice discussion.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We don't do that discussion enough. I like it. Can we please talk about Bunker Buster?
I was gonna say the riff on Bunker
This
Buster.
song has grown on me so much since we last talked about it.
Daddy, so good. Yeah, it's just so addictive.
Every riff on
The
it.
guitars kind of, in a way, feel kind of jangly, kind of not really in like a Smiths kind of way, but in a like
so much darker
80s
way than that.
kind
but
of
it is
new
similar.
wave way.
Yeah.
And the riff is just so goddamn good.
I know. The moment this song like kicks off, boom, you're riding on the riff, and it's just so good. It gets stuck in my head. It's so like
And
iconic.
they do a key change partway through as well, and they start
Yes.
playing these kind of broken chords or whatever.
I was gonna say some of the key changes in this album.
Oh yeah, excellent.
Good.
And then towards
The
the
best I
end,
know.
they keep doing the riff, and then they just start layering more and more and more notes on top of like the chords, and
Yeah.
it gets cacophonous.
Yeah, it
but
does.
it's
But it
good.
works
It's
so
good.
well. I
It's
have
good
no idea.
cacophony.
Yeah.
Some people, Dad, need to be convinced that cacophony can be good sometimes.
Yeah. I remember you saying,
Showed him, Julian.
"Damn,
He didn't like
Julian's
that
got daddy
jazz.
issues. He's clearing up." Anyway. Yeah, I just love Bunker Buster. There's so many of these tracks that I love.
All of them.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
even
I love all of
newspaper
them.
spoons.
I do.
And
Newspaper spoons got stuck in my head the other day, and I was like, "That's never happened." But like now, it's officially
It's 'cause
every
the-
single track's got stuck in my head.
Continental Shelf.
Yeah, Continental Shelf's the big. I'd say
It's
the
the
one
most-
that grabbed me first.
It's the most. It's got the most like single material. I
yes,
guess you could say.
that's what I think. Yeah,
It's the catchiest. It's got like a verse chorus
Yeah.
structure.
But it's very like it's still in the style of them very much. like,
Absolutely.
and it's really unique. And that's probably maybe what I heard first somewhere, and then I was like, "Oh, this is really good." And then I checked out the heart, and I was like, "What?" Stuck in my head immediately and forever. Yeah,
It's just it's got such great potential for getting stuck in your head.
Literally.
It's like right now, newspaper spoons just going round and
Yeah.
round and round. It's just that. Exactly.
etc.
Killer.
It's like,
Killer.
Like I know you're not a massive fan of that, but I actually,
I like it as
I
as an
really
intro
like it.
track. It
It's
is
a
an
good
intro
intro
track.
track, yeah.
It's not.
I
It's
agree.
not that
Puts you
well.
in that mood.
It's not hugely like. It's not. I don't think it was meant to be written kind of and fleshed out.
I agree.
And as an intro song, it works.
But
But
yeah, it's
It works
like
for the
you've got
motif
that.
for the album.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
yeah. I think when I hear that song, I think bass camp. Like the you got like the weird vocals which sound like they're coming out of like a mega speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or like
it's true.
one of those
A call to arms sort of
tannoys
thing.
over the bass.
Yeah.
And you've got the dum 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 bum, which
Yeah.
sounds like marching or bombs or
Something
It's
sinister.
just-
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if I said this. I can't remember what I've said on the podcast so far, but I had a thought the other day about silhouettes and how it leads into death. I was just thinking that like the lyrical content as well is sort of is one of these things where silhouettes about being really detracted from reality.
Yeah.
And death is this whole deconstruction of everything, like just totally out of it. And I was thinking that silhouettes and like is very much a precursor to the death song.
yeah, kind of like
That comes in.
a prologue, I guess.
I think
in a
so.
way. Yeah.
I mean, they're both like standalone very well, but I was thinking that
Absolutely.
silhouettes is like a sort of you're in the shadow of death coming on, and then death is the track death. But like, that's just an aside. Silhouettes used to be my favourite as well, actually, and then I saw Death live.
Silhouette Line was great though. Wasn't it?
Silhouettes
That was
live
the one
also
jam that they played. It was great.
Yeah.
so good. It was like when I saw it, I hadn't listened to Vietcong much, so I couldn't
Yeah.
pick out like I couldn't say like, oh, it's that song, oh, it's that song, or
Yeah.
like other than Death, of course.
Yeah.
But like, I still loved it.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful,
Wonderful.
wonderful, wonderful band.
I agree. I cannot wait for any new stuff they do. Exactly. Hats off to
Continuing the
Canada.
trend of great bands from Canada.
Canada does good, man.
I want to move to Canada.
Yeah.
No, I would like to move to
They
Canada.
got good moose.
Canada's Sikh.
They have moose.
Did you have moose?
That's all you need.
They have maple syrup
All you
bacon.
need is
What more do you need?
moose.
I need to try poutine at some point.
Excuse me?
It's like it's like chips, cheese curds, and gravy.
Oh.
Like
It's
two
a
of
delicacy.
two of those things sound
Quebec,
great,
I think.
and I don't know if cheese curds will work.
Yeah.
But if they do,
Oh, it's worth trying.
that's
maybe.
like cheesy
Chips and gravy and cheese curds.
It's like
Get
the
it from the
evolution
chip
of
shop.
cheesy chips.
Chip shop. Yeah.
Shout
Shout out to
that,
databases.
Shout out to
Sorry.
that reference that no one will get.
Speaking of, well, things that you will get is Vietcong. You should just listen to it.
Buy the album.
Segue.
Wow, Mike.
Just saying.
Damn.
It will drag
Not
you
as
in.
Segway game on board.
Yeah. It will drag you in.
It's using them
It's a cliche.
Jedi mind tricks. Things you will get. Vietcong.
You'll go home and
I-
say death sticks. Like, what?
I will get Vietcong.
I will.
This is the post-punk album you're looking for.
Exactly. Indeed.
Ooh, due in some point.
That's good. But it is,
I agree.
literally. And I didn't realise I was until I listened to it. And I was like, oh, I love this band. They're lifeblood for me. I summed it up, but like, I'm done. Done with my happy rant.
Yeah. Right. So
Should we move on to me explaining why I didn't listen to Swans and me fucking up? So yeah, like I said earlier, I broke my phone, so I the only time I can listen to music is when I'm at my laptop sort of doing work.
And apparently soundtracks for the
And
blind is
soundtracks for the blind.
not good working
I tried to listen to soundtracks for the blind whilst doing work. Didn't work. And to that extent, I feel like this album succeeded.
Yeah.
It puts you on edge. It's very dark and spooky and scary. And,
I agree.
You know, at some point, I will listen to it, but just not this week.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't in a good spot trying to flipping sort out shit with the insurance company.
What was that about?
No, to get my phone replaced.
Oh, right, okay.
Without having to spend money, because I don't want to do that.
Screw
I'll
that.
spend it on climbing stuff.
A big coil of rope
Big corner rope.
Mate, 35 metres.
tying around his body.
Mate, gonna hang myself so good.
Do it,
There's
Sam.
35 metres of rope.
It's so easy. Just jump.
yeah, that's my reason. Take it away, Julian. See you, mate.
Yeah,
Bye.
Julian, take it away, Julian.
Take it away.
Bye, mate. Oh, hey, Mike.
You're not gonna speak on the podcast, Julian.
Oh, it seems like you're doing it for me.
No, you can't pick me up. Okay, I'll say. So I've listened to the first half, and I very quickly listened to some of the second half.
Of this absolute monster of an album. So, for those of you who haven't picked up on it yet, Swans, soundtracks for the blind. Swans are actually a band that Viet Cong Preoccupations probably take quite a bit of influence from in like all the noise and kind of punky stuff they did. Because Swans used to be, I guess, a descendant of punk music because they were from New York.
Okay.
And at the time, I guess it wasn't purely punk. It was kind of a really noisy anti-establishment form of music they were doing called no wave.
No way.
It was basically like because new wave was also a thing at the time. Like Talking Heads were there. It was just kind of like it's like this. Some of the earlier stuff is like the exact opposite of an album like Remain in Light by Talking Heads.
Okay.
Where they basically used like two drummers and like a detuned bass guitar.
Yeah.
And just industrial noise to make the most kind of anti-music kind of music there was, and just really like growly, shouty vocals from Michael Gira. It was just so grimy and dark.
Sounds like Swans.
It sounds exactly like Swans.
What they do.
But they as a band have like gone through so many different sound shifts in their history. And this album, Soundtracks for the Blind, which is still I wouldn't say it's my favourite Swans album, but I think it'll probably stand the test of time the best.
Yeah.
For how unique it was and still is. So this was released in 1996, which was a couple of years before they went on hiatus for a bit, and then they came back.
More importantly, I was born. More important.
That's the one, Mike. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was just a year later that I would then pop out of the womb. But
right.
this album fucks with me. Like every time I listen to it, I just like cannot believe what I'm hearing. Like especially because of how different it is to some of their earlier stuff and some of their newer stuff as well, where you can vaguely see they're taking influence from like blues rock, like on one of their latest albums, To Be Kind.
Yeah.
There was a lot of kind of swung, funky kind of bass lines in there.
Yeah.
Of course, mixed in with their weird kind of experimentation with really long, drawn-out song structures and Michael Gira's very unique vocals.
Yeah.
But
Michael Gira is a very unique man.
he is. His name is Fuck.
Wait.
I don't know if you gathered that from listening to Be Kind.
Oh, yeah, I do remember.
He shouts that quite a lot. But on Soundtracks for the Blind, there's almost no way of categorizing it. I think some people like to pigeonhole it into post-rock or just experimental rock in general because of how varied it is.
Yeah, that's one thing that surprised me. So it is very varied.
Yeah.
I'd listened to a lot of Swans before. They do varied, but it's always very dark in one.
No,
sort of
exactly.
tone.
Yeah.
And I would have Soundtracks for the Blind was something I was expecting to be like that. But when I actually started listening to it, was actually more varied than I thought.
Yeah.
And, you know...
The first half especially.
Yeah.
Like, so you start off with kind of an ambient drone, which sounds fairly pleasant. It does have kind of like a sinister tone to it.
Yeah.
In how...
It's one of these confusing things.
Yeah.
Michael Gira probably put in there just to fuck with you.
Because then you get to the next
Michael
track.
Gira likes to fuck with you.
Oh, he does. He throws you for a loop many times. Like the right after that intro drone though, it takes a really, really sharp turn for. I want to say the best because it's brilliant, but like it gets so dark so quickly.
Yeah.
And this was the song where it hit me. Like this album is going to defy categorization, no matter what it does next. Because this song, I was a prisoner in your skull, made me just so confused after listening to it first time. Like, I'd never heard a song like it.
Yeah.
Where you have a kind of an ambient drone at the start, but it's extremely sinister, and while it is kind of it's almost like a nightmare kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And then as the song goes on, you hear all sorts of weird electronic noises, like what sounds like maybe the inner workings of like a windscreen wiper mechanism going off, like really weird kind of mechanical chunks going on.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get this weird, like, what is it? It's like a slide whistle kind of thing all of a sudden, and then you get like a weird field recording or like a vocal sample of someone lecturing someone about how fucked up they are.
Yeah. So that was funny.
Like it was funny at first. It's just
this is the thing.
I didn't know how to feel after it.
This is the reason why me and Sam really struggled this week. Or even I give myself 2 weeks and a bit.
I gave you 3 weeks of warning for this album.
Yeah. I started 2 weeks and a bit in, and I only got through the first half. I'll admit I didn't get through the second half. The reason is, like, it just fucks with you, and, like, you try... Like, I listened to the first half on the bus, so I had nothing to do other than sit there on the bus. And then when I was done with that, you know, I, like, was going to maybe listen to the second half, and I was just like, I don't feel productive anymore. Like, it's fucked with me too much. Which I suppose is, you know, to the compliment of the album.
Yeah, absolutely. But like Sam said before, this thing succeeds in pretty much everything it does.
Yeah, exactly. Which is stopping us from doing work because it fucks with us. Yeah,
I've put this on while doing like coding.
Yeah, well, you're weird.
It gets background enough for that eventually.
Yeah,
but no, it's like it's like the most fucked up album I've ever. I don't use those words often to describe music, but
like it's not fucked up as like in the way you'd expect. It's not like full on dark all the time. It's more like confusing fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what threw me. That's what made it like I can deal with really, really dark, sort of. And like it's not like this album had me super depressed. Like I wasn't like, oh, I can't work now because fuck existence. But like in a weird way, it's kind of more like just so confusing that you're just like, what? You're left like, what?
Like the slight bit of context that some people have about this album, and I think is pretty close to the truth, is that it was meant to be a soundtrack for a film that never ended up being made.
Yeah.
And
I heard that.
I guess on the back of that, I guess I'm trying to imagine what kind of film would be set to this.
Yeah. And I think that's what Michael Gira expects you to try and do.
Like, and yeah,
the sound
that's what I love. I love about
soundtrack.
it. This kind of album, like, okay, if you're gonna call this post rock, then you can also shove in albums like Lift Your Skinny Fist Like Antennas to Heaven.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, obviously that's the one that comes off the top of my head because it's my favorite album ever. But like those kind of albums which completely leave all interpretation up to you.
Yeah.
And I think the first half of Soundtracks to the Blind in particular does this. They are usually my
that's a very
kinds of
loose
albums.
term for post rock.
It is.
Like
post rock is not a great genre. No,
it's very confusing. Yeah. But like I'd say this is not post rock, even though post rock genre is very hard to define because it's so varied.
Yeah, I mean,
like it's not. It weirdly doesn't feel like the things segue into each other, right?
Yeah.
But you'll be at one point in the album and like the whole confusing thing of, oh, what's going on here will be there.
What weird vocal sample's going to come up, or
rather than with Godspeed where it's like a sort of flow of emotions.
Yeah.
This is more like confusing.
And that's the thing. I will say about the album, while it is a kind of musical journey and an absolute experience, like it's almost 2.5 hours long, and it's a marathon to get through.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's incredibly incredibly rewarding to listen the whole way through. But
I wouldn't know.
Like it is kind of there's 26 songs on the album, and they do kind of feel like while they are kind of chapters to a journey or a full feature length thing or whatever. They do feel more disjointed than something like Lift Your Skinny Fists.
Yeah.
And there are a certain few tracks which I think are weaker than others. There's one in the first half called Yum Yab Killers, which feels a little bit off pace with everything else.
I like the change of pace.
It's a live version of, I'm guessing, what was a song that they wrote.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's good, but it just doesn't fit in with the rest of the album. Because right after that, you get The Beautiful Days, which is one of the most harrowing tracks in the entire album, and is just 8 minutes of really weird drone and field recordings and weird baby noises. It creeps me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then after that, you get Volcano, which is a weird, messed up parody of like a techno song, I guess.
But I'm not sure if it
pokes fun at celebrity culture a little bit with the lyrics.
Yeah, I think so.
But
it's very upbeat.
Yeah, it's strangely upbeat
after something that's 8 minutes of drone.
Exactly. And
it's like this is the varied part that comes into it, and it's just very confusing because of that. But like that's the point. I feel. I think the interpretation I had this album from listening to the first half and bits of the second half and then getting confused and scared was that, as you said, Soundtracks to the Blind. It was a soundtrack for a film, and it's then been interpreted as this thing where you're supposed to build an image in your head, but you can't, because I feel like this album maybe doesn't let you very easily. You can obviously on certain tracks, but to build a whole image is very fucking difficult. And I feel like Michael Gira revels in that. Probably he probably enjoys that sort of fuckery with an audience.
Yeah.
But the thing that I do get is I feel like, especially with the first track, which gave me a hint, and the third track, the first
Helpless
one being
Child,
Red Velvet Corridor, and the third one being Helpless Child.
Best track on the whole thing. Both
Helpless Child was my favourite, I think.
It felt like a post rock song.
Yeah, it did.
Because it built up after about 10 minutes. You get the climax.
Yeah, it's 15 minutes.
A gorgeous climax.
I agree, and the way it builds to it is very, very well.
It builds to it with vocals. Now that's not a very post rock thing.
No, it's not.
Vocals don't usually feature.
But it is very interesting. I was like, oh, this is really good. But anyway, the theory I have is it's almost like a soundtrack for life.
In general,
being born is. I mean, I won't go into Red Velvet Corridor, but there's obvious metaphor there. And then Free Helpless Child, that's quite obvious as well.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is just a very confusing mess of scary things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I have no theory about why there's one half and another half.
Well,
especially because they ape each other a little bit. First track of the second half being Red Velvet Wound, and yeah.
And then you get the second track on the second half, The Sound, which is a lot better than the 1975 song with the same name.
Yeah.
Is kind of like another post-rock style build-up, tension, climax, blueprint. And then, across the rest of the second half, it gets...
Not bad, though.
I don't want to say more varied. There's just as much weird stuff in there. I Love You This Much is, I guess, in a way, the kind of the beautiful days of the second half. It's not even like it was weird field recording. It's just straight up noise for most of it. It's just really cacophonous the whole way through, but it's strangely intriguing for whatever reason. The song Hyper Girl stuck out to me quite a bit for the second half. One of the band's collaborators on this album, whose name is Jarbo. She does pretty much all the female vocals on here. She's got a variety of different styles that she can do her voice in. Like, she sang on Volcano.
Yeah,
and
I liked her.
Her voice sounded quite heavenly, but on Hyper Girl, her voice is almost like rabid.
Really?
In its it's I'll play it later. It's mental.
Yeah.
She's like really aggressive. She's like snarls like a dog on it. It's really unsettling.
Yeah.
And then I guess Minus Something and Surrogate Drone, which is right at the end, as you can probably guess from the name.
Yeah.
They are just some more drony stuff.
Surrogate is an earlier track name.
Surrogate 2, back on the first half, which was also a kind of drony thing.
Yeah. So
it's so difficult to describe this album.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, at least with it's not even just because I love it so much. There's so much to talk about. Like with something like Lift Your Skinny Fist, I could at least put it into words exactly how I feel because I know exactly how I feel. I pretty much feel the exact same thing every time I listen to it. But this is just.
And that's why I struggle to listen to it, and I'm not sure whether I will listen to it much more. I don't know over this point. From this point onward, because I will. I definitely won't if I'm at uni because I'd be too busy. I'd want a day to just be like, fuck it, I'm listening to soundtracks of the blind.
Yeah. All day.
Not because it's so. No, it's not just because it's so long. Like I know it's 2 hours long. It's just that like you listen to it. And I don't know, like, afterwards you're just like, I don't know.
No, I kind of share that sentiment a little bit. Like, I'm gonna put it in terms of another experience I have with a film. Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fair.
With Jared Leto, our favourite.
Who's American of him.
Genuinely, like, one of the best acting performances I've ever seen.
No, I was going to say, I've seen that film as well.
I've seen it once.
Yeah, never again.
Never again.
Yeah, I agree.
So fucked up.
Yeah. That's harrowing and fucked up.
I feel like this is the one album that I feel is closest to that kind of thing, but in music for me.
I get that. It's definitely in Swans ballpark to do that, and
no,
this
definitely
album is definitely.
It stands out from everything they've done, like the newest stuff, like To Be Kind, as we said before, The Seer and The Glowing Man, which were kind of. They're also long kind of marathon albums, but they
feel really consistent. There's like a through thread for one.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a story, there's something. It's just dark, and like that's what it is. Whereas this fucks with you on a level like more than that. Like all the things that it brings up, all the different like more upbeat genres, like it just fucks with you more by using them in like weird ways, and you know. Yeah, it's really hard to digest, as you've probably found from listening to us trying to.
Yeah. Like, this is one album maybe I should have made some notes for, but, like, I would never be able to settle on a good set of notes for this album. I just feel so many things about it, like... I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Just go listen to this goddamn masterpiece of music, because it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
See, I haven't got to the point where I could think. I don't know what to think of it. I'm just.
You're in the same boat as me.
Yeah.
Like.
But I don't know whether I appreciate it. Like I know. I appreciate, obviously, Swans and the artistry and what they do and their clear talent, and all of these things. But I don't know how I, for example, rate, not as in like numerically rate, but like rate this album. I don't know. I just don't know what to think.
Like, yeah, you can't.
It's just like a fact it exists, and like you can listen to it, and like I don't know why you would.
I find it difficult to treat and remark about this album in the same way I do with anything else.
Yeah,
because
I mean, I'm sure there's things that are close, similar on this. There's a scale.
There are things that are close, but I've never heard something which is so varied and so. And executes everything it does so well.
Yeah.
That holds my attention the entire way through. That leaves me at the end basically thinking to myself, I'm just going to do nothing else for the rest of the day. Like I need to lie down.
So this might be my complaint with the album, which is more a complaint with myself. I think we're so busy at uni, me and Sam, that we can't. It's not that we don't necessarily have the patience. We probably don't. We're heckin' millennials, sort of. But, like, I don't have... We factually do have the time for it. We do have 2 hours, but we don't have the, like...
The stomach for it.
Not the stomach, necessarily. But, like, more we don't have the patience to try and, one, delve into it, and two, let it continue to happen.
It took a lot of listens.
Yeah.
For me to fully realise the extent of the artistry in this.
Which I don't think I've done.
I think because of the variety, maybe when you do get over that kind of hump at the start, there is a lot of replay value in it.
Yes, so
you'll pick up on I feel like I'm still picking up on new things that I haven't noticed before.
But I feel like I need a large stretch of time to be patient enough to get through the album, and I don't know whether I would replay it. Like I don't know how much replay value it has to myself. Based on this current like perspective, but in the future when I do listen to it, then maybe the subtle things that I start to pick up on will drag me in. I don't know.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
And I hope you enjoy this album as much as I do.
Okay.
It's probably in my top 20 ever.
Yeah. As I said, I don't know how to rate it.
No, like
it's a fact it exists. It's the black sheep of albums.
It is like honestly, it is. I can't talk about this album like I would any other. I can't say, oh, that track makes me feel this way. Oh, that track sticks out as being a weak point. Like they only do that when you listen to them in isolation. When you listen to this entire thing through, you like every single bit is like every single piece of music you hear feels like perfectly placed. It feels so meticulously crafted from all sorts of a different variety of sources. But like, part of me thinks that an album that's structured like this and sounds like this shouldn't work.
Part of me I don't know. Part of me,
but it does.
Whether I'm not sure whether I'm just going with it because it's Swans, Michael Gira doing things, or whether I'm going with it because it's so perfectly combined out of so many different confusing parts. I don't know. I mean, it feels like the latter.
I hope it's the latter. Yeah. I don't want to make you like.
But no,
want to like it because
I'm saying this for viewers who may listen to it without, especially if they're not super deep into things.
No, I mean this album is definitely takes some getting used to. This is very
entry level album at all.
If you're going to start listening to Swans, I wouldn't say listen to this.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say listen to, I guess maybe Children of God, which was some of the 80s stuff, which was more kind of noticeably rock oriented.
Okay, fair.
But I still think this is their masterpiece, and I will still. Whenever someone mentions the band Swans to me, I will say Soundtracks to the Blind. That's what they'll be remembered for, and that's what I'm going to remember them for.
Fair.
It's a classic.
Fair.
It's bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
And if you can slug it through 2 hours and 22 minutes of mind-melting fuckery, then good on you.
Indeed. What?
I want to go listen to it now, but... It's not the time, nor the place, nor the mood.
I don't know what is the time, nor place, nor mood, but I'm going to try and find out.
Time for this, and place and everything. Headphones, curtains drawn, lights off.
That's scary.
Just that's how this. That's the setting for this album. You'll feel nauseous by the end of it, I'm sure. It's great.
Good.
It's worth it. Right. That was fun.
That was fun.
Should we mention some stuff that's a bit easier to describe?
Yeah.
Like what we're doing next.
I feel like we genuinely did that album justice by not being able to describe it.
No, exactly.
So yeah. Anyway, next episode, hopefully on this podcast where we just describe music really poorly, we'll be able to describe music really poorly.
I don't feel bad about not being able to describe this album though.
Neither do I. I don't feel bad for not listening to it either. Or like the full way through. I feel like I gave myself a head start and still.
I think you got a good taste of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I had the taste.
You listen to the better half.
Yeah.
I prefer the first half to the second, but this whole thing is still wonderful. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so
as you were saying,
next week,
ooh,
we are going to do your choice for a new one.
A fairly new one.
Hospice
by the Antlers.
Yes, Hospice by the Antlers.
It's about 8 years old now, so it's creeping up on classic territory.
By our definition, which is like 10 years, because we're young boys.
I think it probably will end up being in a few years' time.
I've heard it's one of the sort of landmarkish albums for these, or like one of the ones that like stands out for people.
A standout indie rock album, I guess, in the past 10 years.
Yes.
I would still call it indie rock. Anyway. Spoilers. That's next time.
We'll do that next episode.
And then what Sam decided we're going to listen to?
And Sam's chosen Inform, Educate, Entertain by Public Service
Broadcasting.
Yep. It's a fun, like sample-based, I suppose indie rock. It's quite fast-paced.
I guess you could call it indie rock.
But it's mostly about the sample-based, like, mixing it in.
Vocal samples, yeah. Especially.
Yeah, exactly. So that should all be fun.
Hopefully.
They're a fun group. I enjoy their stuff. Mm-hmm. So
that's the indie rock episode next time.
Yep. On this piece of trash podcast. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. That's good, wasn't it?